Hello everybody, my name is Zach, aka The Weather Gamer, bringing you week 12 of WWC. Last week, this hellish season is finally over, and at least I get to play Thriller as the last week, for fun. We're trying to get our third win at this point. If we can't get a third win, then we're just like SOL for this season. It will be my worst season of WWC ever. Oh, and by the way, versus Slick. So we don't have a rule in place in WWC which says Destiny Bond kill counts as a win for the coach that used Destiny Bond. We're going to have to vote on that for Season 5. And as such, we decided, after consulting other commissioners and that, we are using the Showdown ruling, and because Showdown ruled Slick the victor, Slick takes the 0-0 win, which is why we don't get a win. So, yeah. So, we're trying for win number 3. I'm just glad that this is the last week from a coaching standpoint. Obviously, I'm not glad because commissioning. It's been a good commission season. It's just been a really bad coach season. But I am glad to finally put this team behind me because I'm just done with this team. I really, truly am just done with this team. It just has not gone well for me, with the exception of a few bright spots. But speaking of the team, we've got Megamedi, Melmetal, Weavile, Diggersby, Primarina, Decidueye, Dracozolt, Dreadnought, Komala, I almost said Kamala, Quillfish, Orbeetle, and Charizard. Thriller has Sand. He's got Sandvish, Blastitar. He's got Gmax, Capparaja, Azelf, Grimmsnarl, Toxtricity, Appleton, the Rabombi I traded him, Talonflame, Renorigus, and Surfetched. Thriller and I are going to do this in call, by the way, for the match, so check that out. I honestly really think he's going to bring Sand versus me. The reason I think he's going to bring Sand versus me is just because, hey, it's Zach, the Weather Gamer. Let's bring Sand to mess with him, just to have fun with it. Plus Mr. Vish. So I really think he ends up bringing Sand. I do think he brings Capparaja again, along the same lines of me using it in APA. I think he brings it. It does have a decent matchup, especially if Azelf can set Trick Room, or he can get he slowed down with Sticky Webs or something, or he brings Rock. I don't know if it gets Rock Polish. It might, but if he speed passes into it somehow, some way, it could potentially just go off on me. If it's Iron Defense, it just beats me down because I have an entire team of physical attackers besides Special Decidueye, Primarina, and Orbeetle, and Charizard. That's it. That's it for special. And Capparaja does get Stone Edge, so I couldn't freely bring Charizard in. Especially with G-Maxes. I think Grimmsnarl comes because he's been talking about Grimmsnarl all season and how it hasn't done what he's wanted it to do, but, last hurrah with it. I think he brings Rabombi versus me in order to Sticky Web me, plus we have a history of Rabombi. Thriller and I do, because last season, or the first time he beat me with Rabombi, so I could just see Rabombi coming back for revenge against me. And then I think Renorigus, because he has loved Renorigus this season. Toxtricity is an option. I mean, Azelf could come, Appleton could come, Talonflame could come, again, another mon that I've used that he'd want to use against me. Surfetch very well could come, all viable options, but we'll see what happens here. But that's what I think he's bringing. So now, what am I bringing? And I'll go ahead and just show the 6 and then go over them here. What am I bringing? I'm bringing Iron Plate Melmetal with Double Iron Bash, Earthquake, Iron Defense, and Body Press. 184 attack stat, 72 defense, 252 HP. Adamant Nature, the Iron Plate's just so Double Iron Bash does more damage. The reason that I'm Iron Defense is because if I can get an Iron Defense off, I should live hits from every single one of his physical attackers. It'll help me take on Dracovish as well. Burn would suck, but, Iron Plate, Double Iron Bash is going to do a lot to his team. Earthquake does a decent chunk to his team, and then Body Press does a fair amount as well. Dracovish doesn't want to take, unless it's defensive with Rocky Helmet, like what Panther used versus Joey in APA. Dracovish is not going to appreciate multiple double iron bashes to the face. T-Tar doesn't want to take double iron bash to the face. Caparaja, EQ, and Body Press after an iron defense are going to hurt. Azelf doesn't want to take bashes. Grimmsnarl doesn't want to take bashes. Toxtricity keels over to Earthquake. Appleton has to fear Ice Punch. Rabombi, I double iron bash. Talonflame, I double iron bash. That's about it. If it's Flame Body Talonflame, that would suck. Runerigus, I Earthquake because I don't want to double iron bash and grab Wandering Spirit. And Surfetch needs to die in order for me to get Melmetal rolling. I'm naturally faster than Caparaja, so unless he wants to invest speed into Caparaja, I can Iron Defense in front of it as well. Up next is Leftovers Primarina with a massive defense stat. 56 Bold Nature. This is so I can live. Power Whip from... This is not so I can live a Power Whip. This is so I can live Dracovish. 2 hits from Banded Dracovish with Fishious. That way I can Oko it back with Moonblast. Hydro Pump is just good versus Sand. Psychic for if Toxtricity wants to try and switch in on me. And then Toxic to put the Appleton on a timer is really nice, as well as... actually, that's the only reason I'm carrying Toxic, is to put Appleton on a timer. If that thing tries to check in on me, because otherwise that thing is incredibly hard to kill. Then we have Mega Medi here with Drain Punch, Poison Jab, Ice Punch, and Zen Headbutt. 176 Adamant Nature, Speed Creep to the Vish. 80 Defense, 96 HP. This combination of attacks just kind of does its work. Ice Punch is a neutral hit to the Zolt. Drain Punch should decimate Tyranitar. I will heal to full every time I Drain Punch Caparaja. Azelf, please, for the love of God, give this thing a Dark-type move. Zen Headbutt's my best way to hit Azelf. Grimmsnarl gets poisoned. Toxtricity gets Zen Headbutt. Appleton, I Poison Jab / Ice Punch. Rabombi, I Poison Jab. Talonflame, I'm not touching. Best bet is Zen Headbutt on the switch. Runerigus, again, give me knockoff, please. It'd be great to have knockoff. I'm not doing a lot to Rune, and Surfetch, I Zen Headbutt. So, that's Medi. I'm bringing Sand Rush, Life Orb, Dracozolt, so if he does bring Sand, which I think he will, I will abuse his Sand. And unless he's Scarfed, I fully expect, like, Life Orb, Sand Rush Vish versus Life Orb Sand Rush Zolt, which is why I'm Speed Crept. Actually only need 64 attack with the Life Orb in order to do the damage that I need, which allowed me to be very bulky. Bolt Beak, Earthquake, Low Kick, and Outrage. Just kind of runs through his team. Outrage will take out Vish. Low Kick will take out T-Tar. Earthquake does a ton to Caparaja. Bolt Beak will hit Azelf pretty hard. Grimmsnarl won't appreciate Bolt Beak. Earthquake, Toxtricity. Appleton's the only thing that can tank hits from this thing. No, Outrage. I forgot. Outrage will decimate that. Rabombi trying to switch has to be very wary of Bolt Beak. Talonflame, I Bolt Beak. Runerigus, I Outrage, and then lose my ability, and then I'm Big Sad. Or I Earthquake it, actually. And Surfetch, I just Outrage. Banded First Impression's a problem, but, you know. Zolt's here to exploit Sand if he chooses to bring Sand, which, again, why wouldn't Thriller bring Sand versus me? Choice Band Diggersby with Stone Edge, Quake, Knock, and Brick Break. Max attack Adamant, Speed Creep to... It's not Vish, it's, I think T-Tar, actually. No, it's Surfetched. I'm Creep to Surfetched. basically, once Talonflame goes and Azelf go down, I just banned myself into Earthquake, and it does a lot of damage to his team. Banded Knockoff is kind of what I click until Azelf dies, because, you know, Banded Knock to take away Vicious item, Banded Knock takes T-Tar's item, Cop doesn't want to switch into a Banded Knock, Azelf dies to Banded Knock, Grimm's going to take a lot from it, Toxtricity's going to take a decent amount, Appleton takes a decent amount, plus I can get rid of its berry and stop it from being annoying. Rabombi will not appreciate Banded Knock, Talonflame doesn't appreciate Banded Knock, Rune should die to it, unless he's tanky with Will-O-Wisp, and then I'm in trouble, and Surfetched will take it, but doesn't appreciate losing its item. Stone Edge is good for the Rabombi, the Talonflame. I don't expect to click Stone Edge, but just in case. And then Brick Break is for the T-Tar, just so I can put a lot of damage on T-Tar, as well as Break if it's Reflect Azelf or Screens Grimmsnarl, which he has brought. I can break those screens and still do a lot of damage. And last but not least is Rocky Helmet or Beetle, so I can put some damage on his physical attackers if they hit me. Sticky Web, because if he does bring Rabombi to Sticky Web me, I want to be able to Sticky Web him. Shadow Ball for the Azelf, and Psychic for the Toxtricity. Shadow Ball also for Renorigus, so... but yeah, that's the last team for WWC, last time we bring this team. So hopefully we can beat Thriller and get our third win, which would suck for Thriller, but I really don't want to finish last. So we'll see. Thank you guys for watching. It's been a long season. One more match, and we can reset for Season 5. So see you guys next time.